I was wondering, like, am I gonna come down with something, or like what's going on? I couldn't really believe it, but then I had a pretty rough night and woke up the next morning feeling possibly even worse. I looked at my Whoop, and my Whoop had a 7% score. Good morning. Welcome to another video in the Road to Whistler series. I am going for a Sunday morning stroll in a very light drizzle. Why am I doing that when this is supposed to be a cycling channel? Well, because I got sick this week. So I thought, why not talk about illness and the effects on training and how I deal with it and have dealt with it in the past. So this week, as I attacked a week and kind of got going with training again, did the first session on Tuesday, which was a strength session, an hour focused on lower back, and then some upper body work. And I'll create another video at some point to kind of explain how I incorporate gym work throughout various phases in season. So anyway, on Tuesday I did that kind of first session, and then I had a second easy zone 2 ride on the turbo later in the day. Nothing too crazy. Kind of felt okay, but then as I took a shower, freshened up, and kind of went about the rest of my evening, I started feeling a bit off. I wasn't feeling good, and I was wondering, like, am I gonna come down with something, or like what's going on? I couldn't really believe it, but then I had a pretty rough night and woke up the next morning feeling possibly even worse. Looked at my Whoop, and my Whoop had a 7% score. Now, I didn't need my Whoop to tell me that. I felt absolutely rough, like really sick. And so then I just basically spent the whole Wednesday in bed. Like, I couldn't really do anything. I tried to just do a little bit of work, kind of 10 minutes here or there, but as the day kind of wore on, it got like worse, and I thought, oh, this is not good. Like, I'm gonna be out for, you know, a good couple of days. And so then I woke up the next day, and funnily enough, like, felt a lot better. Like, my vitals, you know, again, the Whoop score was a lot better. I wasn't feeling fully recovered, but it wasn't a flu, because, you know, if you get flu or you know, COVID or something like that, you know, you're kind of knocked out for a good couple of days until you start feeling a little bit better. This was a recovery that was just too fast. The kiddo had been kind of battling with things back and forth for a couple of days, weeks, you know, as they do. You know, they go to school, they pick up all sorts of stuff, and she developed this kind of like some mouth infections and stuff like that. And on the Wednesday I started also feeling something in my mouth, and I was like, okay, here we go. And yeah, exactly, so that was it. Kind of gingivitis, some sort, infection of the gums. And so that's kind of been developing over the past couple of days, and I've been okay, kind of, you know, I've not been super ill. Like, I can, you know, do stuff. I was working, but just not 100%. And again, you know, been tracking kind of the vitals through a Whoop. Again, I'll do a video on that a little bit later as well in the series on how I use that. And they've been kind of up and down. All of a sudden, like, it bounced back to, like, you know, 2 days in the green with heart rate variability, like, through the roof. And so I thought, okay, well, the vitals are good. My feeling will probably just, you know, follow along. And then this morning I woke up, and my resting heart rate was back up to 60. So just goes to show you that, you know, it's still up and down, still kind of in that recovery phase. And, you know, I only really got ill on Wednesday. We're Sunday today. It's kind of normal. So that's kind of a good segue to talk a little bit about, you know, how I've generally dealt with illness, and how it kind of, you know, kind of links up with training and you know, preparing for these Fondo events. So my rule of thumb has basically been 2 weeks. Essentially, whenever you get ill, and when I'm saying ill, like seriously ill, like you're in bed, you feel rough, you're not well, it generally is going to take 2 weeks before you're back to proper training. Most of the time it's a week of, you know, total lack of activity until you kind of get rid of all the symptoms and feel half human or human again, and then it's another week of just kind of getting back into things, getting back into the swing of things. So now that's kind of been my rule of thumb, that this is what it's going to be this time as well. So I'm hoping by Tuesday, Wednesday to see the signs on my wearable Whoop and to, you know, kind of feel good again. And then we're going to basically ease back into to training, and that's kind of okay where I am at this moment in time, because it is off season, just the start of any form of training. So I was doing, you know, only kind of zone 2 rides, and was going to just kind of build up a little bit of the volume. So we'll just kind of, you know, move back into that. So now every downside has its upside, and so as I wasn't able to ride this weekend, but still kind of okay to just be out and about and just generally do stuff, for me the first thing then is, you know, hang out with the family. Cycling is a pretty selfish sport at the best of times, and I know that as I get closer towards the main goal of next year, and as cycling season kind of is back in full swing, I'm going to need to be spending more time on the bike, and I'm going to need to be spending a little bit more time away from the family at times. You know, although I always try and really make the combination in the best way possible, and hopefully throughout these series you'll be able to see how I do this and how I go about this. But, you know, still I know there's going to be times where I'm going to be on the bike for multiple hours during the weekend, and they're not going to be able to come with me. So then this weekend I spent a lot of time with the family, and it was absolutely amazing. Yesterday I took the kiddo out for a bit of a daddy-daughter day. Mom was out shopping with her brother, and so we kind of hung out and we went to the pet shop. And incidentally, I also brought my in-laws along, which was really fun. Went to the pet shop, bought some new plants for our fish, and then we hung out for the rest of the day. My parents then came over yesterday as well. So you know, overall amazing, great day. Where's your jacket? So what I think is important to really understand, and I think also trying to internalize, is that when you're ill and kind of still in recovery mode, even if it's still, you know, even if most of it is gone, but your body is still kind of recuperating, you know, if you do training, you're not doing really productive training, so it doesn't really help, and there's a huge risk to actually doing more damage than any good. So as hard as it is, and it really is, like, it really is hard, you kind of have to just lay off and let your body recover, so that when you do get back into training, I guess then you just have productive training, and it actually does something for your fitness, right? We're gonna end the video here for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully next week we'll be back on the bike. If you did enjoy the video, please hit the like and subscribe button. It apparently helps the channel. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.